everyone, welcome back to Girl Money, and today is the third and final installment of my pre-filmed British cash stuffing episode 3. Who knows what I'm calling it. Basically, this is the last £260 I've got to stuff before I go away and before I end up catching up with you guys and turning these videos back into real time. So everything is exactly the same as it was before. If you guys haven't seen the first 2 episodes, go and watch those now, because then you'll see the first lot of money going into these lovely envelopes. So quick reminder, these are like my fun envelopes, by the way. No rent, no bills, nothing boring, just the fun stuff that I'm doing with my money while I'm in the UK, not prioritizing my long-term goals, literally living for right now, which is very scary, terrifying, but also kind of freeing, and I'll figure out the rest later. Literally up until like April next year, I have nothing planned. After that, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. So we're planning up until then, and then we'll see what happens. But okay, let's go. Highest priority at the moment is travel while I'm in the UK. That is kind of what I want to be doing. I want to see as much of Europe as I can, see as much of the UK as I can. I want to do it all. Christmas. Gonna have a massive Christmas over here. I say massive, it's just gonna be exciting because it's gonna be the first time I'm having a winter Christmas for like, I don't even know. Well, a winter family Christmas. I mean, I had my Christmas in Japan, but I was on my own, so that doesn't really count. So a winter family Christmas with cousins and aunties and uncles and all that good stuff. It's gonna be a big one. Melbourne! If you haven't already watched the first 2 videos, you would not know that I am F1 obsessed right now. Current hyperfixation has been since Phoebe and I came to the UK. We mainly came over here because we booked tickets to Spa. We both started watching Formula 1. Phoebe's been watching it longer than I have, but I don't even know. She got me into it and was like, do you want to go to a race? And I was like, yeah, let's go. Love it. And we're now going to Melbourne next year as well, which is going to be the most insane time of my life. Phoebe's been to Melbourne twice. Dad took her when she was like 12, or maybe 2012. Honestly, can't do the math on that one. She would have been 10. I wasn't invited. I don't know why. Maybe because I just started high school, but still not fair. Anyway, she got to go. I did not. And then Mum, Dad and Phoebe all went to Melbourne this year, 2024 as well. I was in Japan when they bought tickets, so I also didn't get to go. I got to stay home and look after the dogs. But 2025 is my year. Ticket has been bought. We are going. We're going to see Lewis and Ferrari. It's going to be insane. Japan, same vibe. I lived in Japan for a year. I love it. Can't wait to go back. We want to go to Suzuka and do a little bit of traveling around Japan as well. Cinema keeps me sane while I'm living in a tiny rural town in England. Shopping is always good. Going to London for the next 2 days after this. So gonna do a little bit of shopping before Phoebe and I go to France next week. Oh my god, very soon, very soon. Bratz, because your girl is obsessed with them and there's a new collection launching. Who knows if I'll buy any? We'll figure it out and I'll update you guys on Insta if I do. And emergency, because okay, I've got to be a little bit sane with my money. I can't be completely crazy, you know? Okay, so let's get my little thing up. So this is just my tracker, very simple, very basic. You can do a cash breakdown if you want. My cash is already here, so it's very easy for me, and it's pretty much all 20s, so I just did multiples of 20s, didn't need to figure too much out. This, like all the trackers I will show you in this video, plus these vision board templates, aka drop your own photo, change the text, make a little template for your cash envelopes, plus any of my placeholders are all available in the description, plus my butterfly envelopes are available for free. So again, these, download, change the names, print them out, pop them in the front of either your laminated envelopes or your zip envelopes. And it's just good because if you're someone like me who changes her mind all the friggin' time, or like doesn't want to put vinyl on an envelope and reuse that envelope a million times, there you go. Much easier. Easier to print out a bit of paper than it is to take off vinyl, recut it, do all that kind of stuff. Especially if you get your envelopes made like these were for me. I'm reusing ones I got from Etsy, which is quite funny because it actually does say travel on it, but this is cuter. So speaking of travel, that is where majority of my money is going. So this week we're putting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. aka £100, which will, honestly, this envelope got so beefy, but this is the one that I am focused on. So we now have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20. £320 for travel. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Christmas is getting 40. I've got lots of people to buy for this year, so I need to set aside money for this, which brings us to 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40. £140. Not a bad start. Okay, Melbourne already has $350 in an Australian bank account plus £40. I'm adding another 20, so that is £60. I'm not doing the conversion. It's about $120, but who knows what it'll be by the time I get that money back to Australia. So let's pop that in there. Japan. Already has the same £40, but Japan has $750 in a bank account. Melbourne did have the same, but my sister and I bought tickets. So I've bought my ticket to the Melbourne Grand Prix, haven't bought my ticket to Suzuka yet. That is honestly the next mission because we're going to try and figure out how to buy them overseas. Normally you need a Japanese phone number and a bank account, and like everything I ever bought in Japan I had to go to like the 7-Eleven, the Konbini to like pay it in cash. So I'm gonna contact one of my friends out there and be like, hey, can you buy me some Grand Prix tickets please, and thank you. We are popping 20 in there, which brings that to £60. Cinema this time around is getting skipped. I've got £20 in there, and that is pretty much 2 cinema trips if I want them for the next few weeks, and I normally go maybe like once a fortnight, so that's good for the next month. Shopping, I'm putting in £30 because I'm going to London tomorrow, and who knows what I want to buy. We're going to the Friends exhibit and the Formula 1 exhibit. We got a cheap hotel, so we're just like, we'll go there, do the 2 things we want to see. There's also like the Harry Potter exhibit as well. I haven't done that and never got to do that in Tokyo while I was there because it kind of just opened as I was leaving. So, don't know, we're gonna go do all the cool things. So shopping has 20, 40, 60, 70 pound. Oops. Brats, we're popping in another 10, which I think I've got 2 5s this week, yep. Let's pop that in there, which means I now have 10, 20, 25, 30 pound in there for a brat stall if I want one. I'm still tossing up the Mean Girls. Like, I feel like I want Karen the most, like Karen and Gretchen. Like, I really don't care for Katie, but like, if you get one, you gotta get them all. But obviously, I'm gonna need more than £30, so whoop, we'll see that. And emergency is my last category, and that is getting at 20, but I think I've done the same thing as I did in the first video, where I didn't count correctly. So that has 60, and I've still got 20 left over. And when I add these up, it does only add up to 240 because I can't do simple math. So what do we have that's like an ugly number? All of them are like kind of, might put 20 in shopping because we're gonna be near Oxford Street. I have no idea what I need. I don't need anything, but you know, wants are a whole different story. So we're gonna actually put 50 in for shopping. Boop. Because I do need a coat. That's what Phoebe and I realised. It's getting cold in the UK. So we need coats, and we didn't bring those over because that was way too much weight in a bag. And I mean, like, Nan has coats, so maybe we'll just like look at Nanny's coats. But sometimes you want a nice coat, you know? Like a nice new coat that is yours in your own style. So that is all my envelopes. Feeling very, very stuffed after the back-to-back-to-back stuffing. God, the innuendos. Okay, let's go into my trackers. Let's colour in another little Albert Park for another 20 going into my Melbourne fund. Let's colour in another Suzuka. Honestly, I'm so excited to go back to Japan. Part of me is still considering like going back and teaching again. Not that I did it, well, I did it for like a few months when I was over there living, but I was also a full-time student, and it was like school Monday to Friday, work Friday night, Saturday all day, which only left me Sunday. And like, I didn't move to Japan to be out of the house all day from like, I don't even know when I used to have to leave. I don't know, like 10 a.m. to 7 p.m, let's say. And then I'd come home and I'd do nothing. So I ended up leaving that job. Also, I had a second job while I was in Japan. Like, I was doing social media management for my clients, and that took up a lot of my time. So the teaching was kind of just like a side hustle, but didn't need to do it. But you know, you live, you learn. Probably should have stuck with it, and that would have got me a visa. But hey, we deal with what we've done. We learn from our self-sabotaging and we move forward. But again, yeah, I don't even know if I want to go back to Japan because like there was a reason I left. Not that I figured out really what that reason was, honestly. Like I said, fear, self-sabotage, all those good things. Another 20 going into my savings challenge. Ugh, drivers. Ugh, my love. Gosh darn it, I'm so sad he didn't get to see Austin. Honestly, bring back Danny, Rick and Max next year. Iconic, iconic, iconic. This is my 2024 drivers challenge. I think in total it's like $707 pound, whatever unit of currency you use, with all the bonus dudes, even though 2 of them are Ollie Behrman, but he raced under 2 numbers this year and is racing under a different number next year. So I don't know, I just thought it was fun. I don't have Kimmy's number on here because I think he only did a practice. I don't think he actually raced in a race, but lol, could be wrong. Yeah, I'll make one of these for 2025 as well as soon as the lineup is announced. Then I'll leave some like blank bonuses at the bottom because, you know, reserves come in, they race. Kevin Magnussen gets penalties and can't race, even though I don't think he's not in it next year, so someone will. That, with these adding up, that brings my drivers total to 6. Which is probably the lowest because I'm doing it in ascending order, but honestly you should do it where you like, oh my god, it'd be so funny if you could do it like for the winners, but then I guess like a lot of people aren't gonna win, so you could just go for your faves, like George Russell girly, Oski Piastri. Honestly, my 2. Devastated Carlos didn't go to Mercedes because I would have been an insufferable Mercedes girly next year. Like, there would have been no stopping me. It's probably good for my mental health that these 2 are not on the same team because it would have been the end of me, honestly. Very excited about everything that is coming up. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram. Yeah, I'll pop my Girl Money account down below so you can see all the challenges I make, all the printables I make, any goodies I'm doing, and maybe some fun and money related reels. Let me know what kind of things you want to see, like kind of like what I spend in a day when I'm out, what I spend in a day when I'm in France. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, I can't wait to do what I spend in a day at a Formula 1 race. That's going to be amazing content. Honestly, can't wait. Okie dokie, guys. I will love you and leave you. This is my last video that I'm pre-filming, so by the time I see you guys again, I will have been back from my travels and I would have worked again. But anyway, love you. Bye!